Welcome to the Chill Stoic, your sanctuary in a noisy world. Here, we unlock ancient wisdom to help you find your calm, your clarity, and your purpose. If you're tired of the endless rush and ready to embrace a more intentional life, then you've found your home. Don't miss out on more transformative insights. Hit that subscribe button right now and join our growing community on the Chill Stoic. In today's episode, we're diving deep into the power of stillness and self-awareness, a core principle that helped one of history's most powerful figures find peace right in the midst of a storm. Let's uncover how this timeless lesson can transform your life. Most of us are haunted by the same quiet question: why does life feel so loud, so fast, so chaotic, and yet so empty? We live in an era of unprecedented connectivity and instantaneous information, yet paradoxically, a pervasive sense of overwhelm and unfulfillment seems to cling to us. We relentlessly chase external metrics, career goals, societal approval, social status, material possessions, and despite achieving many of these, we still lie awake at night, our minds spinning, feeling profoundly unanchored. This inherent tension between outward striving and inner emptiness is a universal human experience, a gnawing unease that whispers of something deeper missing. Yet, consider a stark contrast from antiquity. 2,000 years ago, one man wielded power over the most formidable empire the world had ever known. Instead of succumbing to the deafening clamor of his imperial duties or the endless demands of his position, he deliberately sought silence. He retreated, not from his responsibilities, but into himself, asking profound questions that cut through the noise. This was Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, who, in moments of solitude, often in a war tent, facing imminent death, profound betrayal, and personal grief, unearthed timeless truths. These insights, forged in the crucible of extreme adversity, remain startlingly relevant and capable of transforming your life today. This isn't abstract philosophy. This is a vital blueprint for survival, a practical guide to living. This is Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius's magnum opus, Meditations, is far more than just an ancient manuscript. It serves as an enduring blueprint for how to retain one's humanity when the world relentlessly attempts to strip it away. When Marcus committed these reflections to parchment, his primary aim was not to secure posthumous fame or build a lasting legacy. His profound intent was intensely personal: to meticulously hold on to his own sanity, his intrinsic goodness, amidst the crushing weight of pain, the treacherous labyrinth of Roman politics, and external pressures that most of us can scarcely begin to fathom. He navigated plagues that decimated populations, wars on multiple fronts, the profound sorrow of burying numerous children, and the intimate grief of losing his wife, all while maintaining an unshakable inner compass. The truly extraordinary aspect of his discoveries is their astonishing applicability to our contemporary struggles. The anxieties, frustrations, and existential questions he grappled with centuries ago resonate with startling clarity in our modern lives. If you've ever felt the exhausting burden of trying to keep your life from unraveling in a world that constantly threatens to collapse around you, then this message is profoundly for you. Its value isn't derived from being a fleeting self-help trend, but from its raw authenticity and its practical design for individuals seeking genuine resilience. This is for those who are weary of constantly reacting to circumstances and yearn to transition from merely chasing meaning to actively creating it within themselves. Meditations achieves its profound impact precisely because it was never intended for an audience. Marcus was not writing with aspirations of fame, accumulating followers, or securing a spot on any ancient bestseller list. He harbored no ambition to construct a public brand. Instead, he wrote solely for himself, quietly, intimately, and with an unflinching honesty that penetrates deeper than most published works ever could. Its unedited nature, unburdened by the need for public approval or the desire to flatter scholars, is its very strength. It represents the naked thoughts of a man utterly alone, fiercely striving to maintain his composure and inner cohesion in a world that constantly sought to fracture him. In this stark, brutal honesty, we unearth a rare and invaluable gem, truth undiluted by the distortions of ego or the demands of performance. Marcus wasn't attempting to project an image of wisdom. His sole endeavor was to remain decent in the face of immense challenges. He systematically reminded himself how to respond with composure when external events disappointed him, how to maintain inner calm when those around him succumbed to rage, and how to steadfastly cling to virtue even when the path of anger, bitterness, or despair beckoned as the easier alternative. This profound dedication to internal mastery is what imbues meditations with its vibrant vitality. It doesn't speak at you, it whispers with you, a constant, gentle companion. It walks alongside you during your darkest days, offering a depth of understanding that no formal lecture could ever impart. The text never disingenuously pretends that life's trials are simple. It merely insists, with quiet resolve, that they are inherently worth enduring. As you engage with its pages, you don't visualize a cold marble statue of a flawless individual. Instead, you encounter a deeply human figure, wrestling with immense burdens, a ruler confronting devastating plagues, embroiled in relentless wars, navigating intricate betrayals, burying multiple children, and enduring the profound loss of his beloved wife, yet, each morning, resolutely choosing to rise and act with unwavering dignity. He pens poignant reflections such as, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive." Yet the underlying tone reveals that he is likely writing this not from an effervescent joy, but from a profound struggle, perhaps even the reluctance to leave his bed. He is coaching himself, providing internal guidance rather than preaching to an external audience. And in this authentic self-neglect, the wisdom resonates far more powerfully than any meticulously polished advice could ever achieve. This is the peculiar paradox of meditations. It was never meant for public dissemination, yet that very privacy imbues it with a universal resonance. Its undeniable power springs from its raw, unvarnished quality, which, in a deeper, more profound sense, becomes its unique polish. Precisely because it is unafraid to expose its internal messiness, it feels remarkably clean and transparent. Because it is utterly devoid of performative intent, it becomes profoundly impactful. You don't feel as though you're reading a distant philosopher perched on a pedestal. Rather, you connect with a man seated humbly in a war tent, one hand clasping a pen, the other valiantly holding back profound grief. Perhaps this visceral authenticity is why, across millennia, its words continue to strike such a deep chord with us. In a modern world obsessed with curated appearances, meticulously choreographed performances, and an incessant drive to pretend, Marcus Aurelius offers a stark, refreshing counter-narrative. He unveils what it genuinely means to be real, to exist without artifice. His most iconic line, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be," one, has, by virtue of its raw honesty, transcended centuries of complex political theory, eloquent moral treatises, and countless religious sermons. Its power lies not in its perfect phrasing, but in its piercing, almost painful sincerity. It burrows beneath your superficial defenses, directly challenging you. Are you authentically embodying the person you constantly speak about becoming? The esteemed psychoanalyst Carl Jung once articulated, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." Marcus, in his Meditations, vividly demonstrates that to unlock this privilege, one must first summon the courage to confront the very aspects of oneself that one would rather keep hidden. He systematically faced his own ego, his surging anger, his visceral fear of death, and his profound frustrations with the myriad flaws of others. In undertaking this unflinching self-examination, he engaged in an act that many of us instinctively recoil from, staring directly into the unvarnished truth without a flicker of hesitation. This demanding practice is not a sign of weakness. It is the very essence of profound courage. And it is this audacious modeling of inner fortitude, a strength derived not from external conquest, but from an unyielding inner clarity, that secures the enduring legacy of Meditations. There is an undeniable, poignant humanity in encountering the private thoughts of a Roman emperor, who frankly acknowledges his struggles with temper, who diligently reminds himself to resist the fleeting allure of external applause, and who grapples with the weighty burdens of ambition and grief, just as every single one of us does. This candid self-disclosure serves as a potent reminder that neither the grandest titles nor the most immense power can shield anyone from the universal tenets of the human condition. Aristotle's timeless adage, "Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom," was taken with profound seriousness by Marcus. Every page of his work is a testament to his relentless pursuit of deeper self-knowledge, a quest undertaken with the clear intention of becoming a better leader, a more compassionate individual, and ultimately, a more fully realized human being. This radical form of self-awareness transcends mere introspection. It is, at its core, a rigorous discipline. Marcus did not engage in journaling simply to vent transient emotions or record daily occurrences. His writing was an active training ground for his mind, a consistent effort to etch into his consciousness the very qualities of the man he aspired to be. This foundational purpose explains why Meditations persistently returns to the same core themes: the imperative to control one's emotions, the futility of seeking external praise, the sobering contemplation of mortality, and the unwavering commitment to serving the common good. For him, these were not abstract philosophical embellishments, but vital guardrails, indispensable lifelines, and an unwavering moral code to which he could return when the very fabric of his world threatened to unravel. Plato famously asserted that the first and best victory is to conquer self. Marcus Aurelius embodied this arduous battle every single day. The tangible sense of this struggle permeates the text through its deliberate repetition, the constant looping back to these fundamental self-reminders. This is because when life relentlessly batters you with its inevitable challenges, the true need isn't necessarily a novel idea or a groundbreaking insight. Instead, what becomes paramount is the ability to vividly recall and firmly grasp what you already know deep within your being. He was systematically instructing himself on how to remain anchored, how to maintain his footing, and how to resist being swept away by the overwhelming currents of chaos that, sooner or later, inevitably touch every life. And it is precisely at this juncture that the profound magic of Meditations truly manifests. Despite being meticulously crafted for one individual's private contemplation, its essence resonates universally. Why? Because it makes no attempt to impress. It doesn't feign omniscience. It fearlessly admits, "I'm still learning." In this disarming vulnerability, we find our own reflections, our earnest attempts at growth, our inevitable shortcomings in living up to our ideals, and in this shared human experience, we realize we are not alone in our struggles. This realization carries immense weight, especially in our contemporary world, where we are often overwhelmed by information yet profoundly starved for genuine wisdom. We scroll endlessly, consume voraciously, but rarely, if ever, pause for meaningful self-reflection. Marcus timelessly implores us to decelerate, to think deliberately, to choose consciously, and to live with profound purpose, not merely on autopilot. Socrates, the quintessential philosopher, famously declared, "The unexamined life is not worth living." But Marcus Aurelius doesn't merely echo this sentiment. He provides a tangible, lived illustration of what an examined life truly entails. It is neither glamorous nor effortlessly perfect. Rather, it is a relentless, daily endeavor to remain aligned with those principles that truly matter. For Marcus, these were not fleeting external achievements like wealth, an expansive legacy, or personal comfort. His unwavering focus was on cultivating character, integrity, compassion, and resilience. He was not striving for historical remembrance, but for practical utility in his actions and presence. This crucial distinction between chasing external validation and consistently offering genuine value is what eternally separates profound wisdom from transient noise. While it is incredibly easy to be ensnared by the demands of modern performance culture, meticulously curating one's life for public perception instead of authentically living it, Marcus gently, yet firmly, guides us back to something far more ancient, infinitely quieter, and immeasurably stronger. He reminds us that the ultimate objective is not to be universally liked by others, but to live a life that you, at your deepest core, profoundly respect. It's about attaining that profound inner peace that accompanies you when your head finally rests upon your pillow at night. This profound peace cannot be purchased. It cannot be feigned. It must be painstakingly earned through consistent, deliberate effort. Indeed, Marcus Aurelius devoted his entire existence to painstakingly earning this inner peace. When you delve into his words, you aren't receiving polished counsel from an enlightened master who has neatly resolved all life's complexities. Instead, you're granted access to raw, unvarnished field notes from someone who is intimately enmeshed in the very struggles you face, battling identical internal conflicts, stumbling over similar temptations, and perpetually striving, day after day, to ascend just a fraction higher. This profound humility is the bedrock of his book's enduring power. It doesn't shout its wisdom. It doesn't preach from an ivory tower. It simply walks beside you, a silent, steady companion. This is the very essence of the philosophy we so desperately need in our time. Not abstract theory or inaccessible academic jargon, but grounded, practical wisdom that genuinely equips you to navigate life's formidable challenges. It's the kind of wisdom that enables you to forge an inner compass you can implicitly trust and empowers you to act with grace even when your surroundings feel utterly devoid of it. Marcus compellingly reminds us that true leadership is not rooted in dominance, but in rigorous self-discipline. Authentic strength does not stem from external control, but from the unwavering emphasis of inner character. And lasting peace is not a gift bestowed upon you by the world. It is a meticulously crafted construct that you build from within. His entire existence, his life, his writings, his enduring example, unfailingly point back to this singular, profound truth. The most meaningful, transformative work is always internal. Consequently, when you embark on the journey through meditations, you are not merely stepping into a historical archive. You are entering a deeply personal, ancient, and profoundly human conversation. And the exquisite beauty of this dialogue is its inherent accessibility. You are explicitly invited to participate. There's no prerequisite to be a scholar, nor do you need mastery of Latin. Your sole requirement is to engage with unflinching honesty with yourself. Perhaps in its simplicity, this is the grandest lesson of all, that the most authentic path to wisdom is not found in feigning omniscience, but in humbly acknowledging your persistent struggles and, despite them, courageously showing up, day by day, thought by thought, page by page. This is precisely how Marcus lived, because that is the true essence of being Stoic. It's not about suppressing your feelings, but about learning how to carry them with resilience and strength. It's not about pretending you're perfect, but about consistently striving to be better. It's not about chasing fleeting applause, but about living steadfastly by immutable principles. Quietly, consistently, and with profound courage. And that kind of life, rich in inner fortitude, requires no external audience. It simply demands your unwavering, full attention. Thank you for spending these moments of stillness with us. If this message resonated with you, consider sharing it with someone who might need it. Until next time, stay grounded, stay mindful, and as always, stay stoic.